Community language learning is a method developed by Charles C. Curran, specialist in counseling and a professor of psychology at the Loyola University of Chicago. He developed counseling learning. Counseling means one person giving advice, assistance, and support to another who has a problem. Charles Curran considers students as a community of learners. As a student and teacher join together in a team effort, participants lower their defenses and potential anxiety by means of a supportive classroom community. Curran himself wrote little about his theory of language. His student, LaForge, seems to accept that language theory must start with criteria for sound features, the sentence, an abstract model of language. The foreign language learner's tasks are to understand the sound system, derivative meaning, and develop a basic grammar of the target language.
LaForge goes beyond this structuralist view of language, however, and elaborates an alternative theory of language, which is referred to as language as social process, in which he says that communication is more than just a message being transmitted from a speaker to a listener.
Communicative language learning is a holistic one, since true human learning is both connected and affective. Such learning takes place in a communicative situation, where teachers and learners are involved in an interaction. The process is divided into 5 stages and compared to the development of a child. First stage, feeling of security and belonging are established. In the second, the learners begin to achieve a sense of independence from the teacher. By the third, they speak independently. Fourth stage, see the learner as secure enough to take criticism. By the last, they immediately work upon improving style and knowledge of linguistic appropriateness. The goal of this method is attaining near native mastery of the target language. Specific goals include developing a whole person learning process and attracting relationships among the members of the class.
The course progression is topic-based, with learners nominating things they wish to talk about and messages they wish to communicate to other learners. Specific grammatical points will sometimes be isolated by the teacher for more detailed study and analysis.
Communicative language learning combines innovative learning tasks and activities with conventional ones. They include translation, in which a learner whispers a message or meaning he or she wants to express, the teacher translates it into the target language, and the learner repeats the teacher's translation. Recording, in which students record conversations in the target language. Analysis, in which students analyze and study transcriptions of target language sentences in order to focus on particular lexical usage or on the application of particular grammar rules. Listening, in which students listen to the teacher involving elements they may have elicited in class interactions. Group work, in which learners may engage in various group tasks such as a small group discussion of a topic, preparing a conversation, or preparing a story that will be presented to the teacher and the rest of the class. Transcription, in which students transcribe utterances and conversations they have recorded for practice and analysis of linguistic forms. Reflection and observation, this usually consists of expressions of feelings, sense of one another, reactions to silence, concern for something to say, and so on. And free conversation, in which students engage in free conversation with the teacher or with other learners. This might include discussion of what they learned as well as feelings they had about how they learned.
Learners become members of a community. They listen carefully to the nowhere, repeat the target utterances, support fellow members of the community, report this inner feeling, and act as counselor to another learners. CLL compares language learning to stages of human growth. Therefore, the learner plays many different roles in the process of maturation. Stage 1. Learners are completely dependent, repeat utterances, overhear other interaction. 2. They produce simple expression. 3. Learners begin to understand directly in the target language. 4. Learners function independently, ask for correction. and find they improve their understanding as well as grammar.
In the teacher's role, the teacher plays the role of a counselor, and a counselor's role is to respond calmly, having a supportive manner, and help the students try to understand their problems better. The teacher also provides a safe environment.
A textbook is not necessary. Material might be developed by the teachers as the course progresses. Conversation may also be transcribed and distributed for study and analysis. Learners might work in groups to produce their own materials.
In error correction, teachers should work with what the learner has produced in a non-threatening way. So the teacher repeats correctly what the student has said incorrectly, without calling further attention to the error.
Charles Curran considers students as a community of learners. As a student and teacher join together in a team effort, participants lower their defenses and potential anxiety by means of a supportive classroom community. Curran himself wrote little